if Jose Mourinho is seated, he'd be at the very front row on my left there at the end. That's where he would be sat. If he was sitting at all, of course, because most often he'd be in the technical boxes behind me on the pitch, shouting advice and encouragement. This is actually the oldest part of Old Trafford. Old Trafford was built in 1908, but most of it, unfortunately, was destroyed during the Second World War. A bomb fell on it. We weren't the target were the keys. But as it was mostly made of wood, most of the stadium burned. One part didn't burn though, and that's this corridor here, this tunnel, because it was made of concrete. So the old players' tunnel stayed. You might have noticed there's a logo on the ground, just at the edge of the tunnel. That's because when Old Trafford hit 100 years old, to celebrate it, we buried different contracts, scarves, souvenirs under the ground to celebrate 100 years here at Old Trafford. And we might unearth it in another 100 years maybe, at some point, and see what's left. So that's what's there to symbolise, because this is the oldest historical part of the stadium. As you can see, it's quite narrow, so the two teams couldn't come down at once onto the field. What would happen is you'd first have the away team, out of a courtesy, and then you'd have Manchester United walk out of that tunnel. So the very first team to walk out here wasn't Manchester United, it was Liverpool. The very first match played here was Manchester versus Liverpool. Manchester United scored 3, unfortunately Liverpool scored 4. So our very first match here wasn't a victory, but you can't win them all, right? This is going to be our last time inside the stadium, so you're very welcome to take some photographs, you're very welcome to ask me any questions you might have, and then we'll be moving back inside and towards the megastore.